Well, you want to talk about wide open places. And that's fine. So few people, and I want you to join the hunt with me here on Indian Trace. Here at the plateau, there's a lot of artifacts around, and I'm going to check them, but I want you to join the hunt. I'm going to share a segment. Okay, let me step backwards. So few people work. Now, this is one I found. I mean, if I find something live that's a smoker, I'll film it and then pull my pocket. But other than that, yes, my mind is flipping around. Listen, we got a 60-40 split. 60% ryegrass, 40% dirt, but the dirt's wet, so that pushes up my probability to 45%. I always work statistics and probabilities, and doing well, I've got a bit in my pocket. Next, I want you to just join the hunt with me. It's going to be a little different. If I find a one that I feel like it moves me, and I often tell people in my belly, because if you're a person of conviction, if you're a person of intuition, it's your belly that leads you. That is where the Spirit of God speaks. Now, the reason I said that to open is because this is a join the hunt, but I want to share something with you here at the break of the new year. Might be the last video. Don't know. I mean, I could find something that just staggers me, makes me cry. To be able to save. Oh, anyway, I wanted to share something that was so profound, dropped in me about prayer. It did, only because I decided I would come before the throne. Now, some of you know the Bible says that we are to come boldly before the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Well, for those basic Joes out there like me, number one, we all need mercy. We all need mercy because we've all fallen short of the glory of God. Not one of us is righteous, no, not one. And with that said, what I asked for this morning was God's grace to help me in this time of need. Not mine, I'm healthy, I'm well, I can breathe this fresh air and enjoy the moisture here. And the fact that I know this is an ancient Indian site that I might be able to save some stuff. Join the hunt here. The aspect of prayer came with this little girl. I won't mention a name. She might be 3. She might be 3. She might be 4. She's in the hospital. She's been in the hospital. She's been suffering. Pediatrics, children who are sick, turn me over. They turn me inside out. And I said this morning, because she's acquainted with our family, and I know how she's been suffering, and I've seen her, and I've seen pictures. You all are there. There's people you love. So I'm praying. And I said, God, I know you need me not to be out here turning 20 perfect cartwheels or somersaults, or running a perfect race, or posturing or kneeling for 5 hours in order to see that she's healed or that she lives. And I'm telling you what, it's life or death. Poor girl. And her heart, she sings to God. You should hear this girl sing to God. So, we have a dilemma, I said to myself. We have multitudes of people that want this girl well and healthy. Hey, we've all been there before. We've had multiple loved ones that we want well and that we want healthy. This is a join the hunt. I do have some awesome artifacts in my pocket. They might not be shown this segment. The break of the new year. Just listen, if you can get this, if you can grasp this aspect of prayer, it's going to change your life. I'm sitting here praying, and I said, Lord, if that's the case, you don't need me to posture here. You don't need me to bang my fist and say, God, this girl needs to live. You know that already. You know, because of all the prayers from all her loved ones and her parents and her beautiful voice and how she sings to you, that she should be alive. She's suffering. We've all had loved ones, so many, who we prayed for. We've had the whole church pray for. And we put their names on chalkboards and everything, and they've gone on to be with the Lord. That had nothing to do at all with his doing. God does not take life. He gives it. Sometimes in a miraculous way. Remember this, though, there is evil in the world. And it is only the devil that has come here and is here on this earth to kill, steal, and destroy. Period. God does not kill, steal, and destroy. no matter what some people may try to convince you in their religious posture. So I said, God, I said, listen, I want her well. I want her to live. But I know you don't need me to say some fancy prayer, and you probably don't need my effort to see that she lives and not dies. So what is it then? Is there anything that you could use from my prayer? That is a scraper. See the edge work? So I did say, I said, God, is there anything you could use of my prayer for this girl? And it could be for you, for a relative, it could be for you, for a child or whatever, or it could be you for one of your own children. It is not that God needs our posturing, our perfection, our perfect prayer. And then the answer came. Every single time Jesus Christ stepped into the picture, and all the illustrations of when he came up to a person who received healing or received deliverance, even for a loved one, not just themselves, Jesus said very specific things. He said, as is your faith, be it done unto you. And every single instant, even the centurion who didn't even know God, who didn't know anything about God, he said, Jesus, I'm not even worthy of you to come to my house, but if you just say so, if you just speak the word only, my servant will be healed. And Jesus said to everybody around, he said, listen, this dude right here has great faith. I have not found such a huge faith in all of Israel. And the disciples and all the Sadducees and the Pharisees looked at Jesus and said, oh my God, did he just say that about the centurion soldier? Yeah, he did. Because it doesn't take our religion. It just takes our contact. And it didn't take the centurion, it took the centurion's faith, not Jesus's. Because Jesus said, as is your faith, be it done unto you. So when you have a little girl, who's 3 maybe, who's suffering, who sings to God, her faith is established. She's in God's hand. God is working in her and through her to deliver her in a miraculous way. I believe that. So what could then our prayers and many posturings, if we're religious, our penances, or if you're Catholic, your confessions, what could they all do for you then? Not a huge amount, but they do. What could they do for somebody else? Well, as I finish, the answer is they can, and it just came in my belly. Your prayers can give that person strength. It can be like coming aside them in the spiritual realm, lifting them up, giving them hope and confidence, breaking the shackles of despair or hopelessness or depression. Your prayers, that's what they can do for them. And then they can be in a place where their own faith rises and contacts. Why? Because there is that life. And there is life. There is the life of God. If you don't think so, look on the other side in this world. Look at the evil in contrast. It doesn't compare to the goodness of God. But you have to, and you better admit that there's evil. I don't know. What's it all worth? To me, that was just a blessing to understand about prayer and what my prayer can provide for that little girl, or for my children, or for your children, or for your loved ones. Still pray, but don't think that your perfect prayer or your 20 somersaults are what's going to do it. Because that person needs to be linked up to heaven. So, on Indian Trace, that is the foundation of my life. It is the worship and prayer. God's plan for man here is never easy, but it is discernible and it is visible. Everybody have a happy, fantastic New Year. Appreciate you. Maybe we'll get a video for the New Year. Hope you find out there.